What's up, guys? It's Umpireboy here, the Roblox master, former 133rd overall pick. Today I'm going to be going over the private server commands for your HCBB private server per request. So here we go. So we're going to go over the basics here. We're going to go step by step. So first things first, you got your player management kind of things. So you have me over here on the home team. Say I wanted to put myself on the away team, I would type away/me, or my username would work as well. So I could do home/ump. That would do the same thing. And then if I want to put myself on the fans team, same thing. Fan me or fan my username. And then for the officials, only the official rank. If you have the official rank, you need that in order to rank yourself to officials. So I'm not going to be able to do that. But if you were, it would be staff/your name. But it doesn't work for me because I'm not an official yet. So in addition to this, you also have substitutions. Say you had over 9 people on a team. You could do sub/. Then you put the first player's name. Then you want who they're gonna get subbed in for. So say you want to sub me out for someone else. So say you want to sub me for 1Nick23. This would sub out Umpireboy and sub in 1Nick23. Another command is pkick. pkick/username. That command is going to remove the user from the game, but they are allowed to rejoin. Another command would be pban, which would remove them from the game and remove their permissions to rejoin. So you do pban/username. Okay, so there's like your basic player management stuff. So I'm going to put myself on the home team again. And then we're going to come over here and start with the game settings. So when you're playing the game, say you're in here by yourself, you want to turn on batting practice. So you do BP on. BP on will add this picture here and say I was on the away team. If I was on the away team, I'd be able to come over here and get in the batting box. And then the commands are the same as the batting cage. So it's space bar to send the pitch, and then B to hide the batter's box, and then H to hide or show the pitches. And then to turn this off, it's the opposite, BP off. And you can see batting mode practice turned off there. Okay, so there's how to turn on batting practice. Say you want to practice with fielders, so you do BP on, and you're like, okay, I want players in the field. So you'll type CPU on, and this will put players out in the field so that they can get your hits when you hit them to see if you get a real hit in a real game. And then same thing for this, you want to turn them off, CPU off. And then BP off, and we're back to the start here. And then another thing you can do for your game is say you wanted to host a game with your friends. If you typed in season game, then this automatically closes the server to these teams. So whenever someone joins, they would be on the fans team, and then they would have to be manually put on a team. Say this was a game, you obviously don't want random people joining onto the teams. So then when season game starts, it's on. You can't turn off season game. Okay, so there's the basic game settings and player management kind of things. So now we're gonna go over the scores. So say someone scored and you want to add a point. So say we'll add their point. You do that by doing score sh, which is score for home, and you do plus, and you can see there it added a point for the home team. Say someone scored and maybe there was an error on the play and you don't want to count it, so you do score home minus, and that would get rid of it. So it's kind of the same thing for the away team. You could do SA plus or SA minus to add or remove a score. You cannot add hits or errors to the scoreboard. That's one thing to note. Say you want to move forward in an inning, you N plus, and then obviously you'd have to start the game. So we do start game, which you would need 2 players for, which we don't have. So we can't do that right now. But you would do that, and then you do N plus, which isn't going to work right now because the game's not started, and we can't start it right now. And then say there's someone batting, say I'm batting, and then there was a bad pitch, and it counted as a strike, but it should have been a ball. We can do ball plus, and you can see it added it over there in the left side there. And the same thing, you can do ball minus, or yeah, ball minus. I have to be in the batter's box for that to work. And it's the same for strikes. You can do strike plus to add strike, or strike minus. Same thing with outs. Out plus, out minus. Yep. So that's the basics for the games. And then you also have two things that are important to note, mainly for league games or if you were playing a competitive side league. One thing is int walk, which would walk the current batter. So say someone's coming up, they're a good hitter, you don't want to face them, you type int walk in chat if you have permission to type that command, and then you would get intentionally walked. And then another command which you cannot use unless you're an official, but if you're an official, you can do staff walk. But int walk only works for the pitching team, so the fielding team. So say you're on the fielding team, those are the only people that can int walk. The whole team that has the player going up cannot int walk their player, which is self-explanatory, but it's something just to note. And then staff walk would be a universal, so anyone can do staff walk. Like just as you can see there, since I wasn't able to int walk myself because I can't walk myself as a batter, but I can walk myself through the staff command. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that walk up off real quick. So that's the basics of the private server commands. I hope this answers any questions that you guys may have had about commands for private servers. And turn this off again. Just to review, everything will be in the description. So if you have any questions about the commands, go to the description down below. Feel free to leave a comment if you need me to answer separately. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. Thank you for watching.